Off the Grid is now available in free early access. So I heard a few things about this game and I didn't really know what was going on with it. And I was able to actually check out the trailer. And from the sounds of it, it looks pretty cool, especially considering who's behind creating this game. I heard it and I thought it was pretty awesome. So I figured it was something we can go ahead and check out. So we'll go ahead and get into this and then we'll check out the trailer. The third person battle royale shooter Off the Grid is now available for free access for those on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via the Epic Games Store, as announced by Gunzilla, the title developer. Off the Grid takes you on a journey through Teardrop Island in a cyberpunk world that has been created in a collaboration with Neil Blomkamp. Blomkamp has directed movies such as District 9, which is great, Chappie, which I've never seen personally, and more recently Gran Turismo, which I heard was really good, but I never actually watched it myself. But from what I've heard, yeah, that's a good one. So the fact that Blomkamp is behind this, I think this is going to be really good. So this is his first venture into the video game world, and he has helped to create the dystopian cyberpunk world that players will be exploring in this extraction royale. Off the Grid features both PvP and PvE elements, with the world colliding to create the most extreme battle royale ever. In this game, players will fight for their lives on a tropical island that has dark and intensive history of corporate warfare. Currently, there are a few locations, weapons, limbs, and game modes available for players to look through and utilize in the game while they explore Teardrop Island. So sounds pretty cool, and that's one of the crazy things that they're going like with a cyberpunk kind of feel to it. I mean, battle royale games they've kind of overshadowed like the whole gaming industry at this point. There's so many of them, but the fact that they're taking at least a different element, which I kind of appreciate. In this game, players are responsible for their survival by building up their characters with high value gear from the island, such as interchangeable cybernetic limbs mid battle. There are plenty of cyber limbs and hundreds of weapon combinations to try out, making it a game that anyone can win. Alongside the usage of cybernetic limbs and weapon combinations, players will have a devastating ability that they can utilize to ensure that they can climb to the top. As listed on the Off the Grid website, there are currently over 30 cyber limbs that players can use, each featuring their own unique abilities. To celebrate the release of the early access, Off the Grid now has a new 4K trailer that showcases just over 2 minutes of footage with cinematic and gameplay included. For those who are interested in the PvP prospect of the game, players will get to participate in 150 player melees, where the loot is available and you can trade items with others to ensure that you get the best possible build. So it's pretty cool the fact that it's one of those things, because for anyone that doesn't know, it's a game where pretty much players come in and they get their arms and legs pretty much removed and they get replaced by cybernetic limbs, which is really interesting concept when you think about it, especially the fact that it's coming from Neil Blomkamp, knowing what he's done with like District 9 and Chappie and then, Gran Turismo. I feel like that's something he'd be able to utilize really well with his abilities, with his knowledge in this kind of stuff. The PvE aspect of the game features an extensive 6-hour narrative campaign where you will be able to complete the story while other players take part in Battle Royale around you. In the campaign, you will have to take the job for the 3 video game companies while searching through Teardrop Island to uncover its dark secret and help Cobra uncover the missing pieces of the past. So it's pretty cool. And then we'll go ahead and watch the trailer here and we'll give our thoughts.
It took a lot of hard work.
Gunzilla.
But we finally completed it. And we are ready for our first globally broadcast Battle Royale! Welcome to the ultimate real-life gaming arena! It's all the thrill of online shooters, but in the real world. Holy shit! And you stand a chance.
It's kind of funny right there seeing the player crawl, because I did see a video. There was a streamer, I can't remember the name of the streamer, but he did have it where he was playing the game and he wanted to double check. He was like, is there fall damage? So he pretty much went on a high spot, fell off, and he fell, and his character's legs, they fell off. So it was one of those things, his character was crawling around while he was like trying to figure out how to get his legs back to be able to continue on with the game, which was fucking hilarious.
Stand a chance of winning up to $100 million.
Obviously, this is going to attract everyone, not just ex-soldiers.
This is like Hunger Games happening in real life.
Players must undergo surgery in order to play.
They cut off your limbs and they grow back by regen. And then they give you these cybernetic combat limbs and set you loose.
Again, coming from Neil Blomkamp, the fact that he was able to work on Chappie and then kind of like the weird body aesthetic that he did with District 9, I feel like the fact that he's behind this again is really fucking cool.
To go out and slaughter all your opponents. These people are just regular folks who have opted into total madness.
Technicians can literally resuscitate soldiers from death. Even extreme fatalities. They can regrow the patient from base tissue.
Okay, well, this is our floating surgical ship. It's where we bring our fallen players. And then within a couple of days, they're out playing again.
How much worse is this going to get? Are you really going to say nothing in defense of this despicable island of depravity that you are personally responsible for? What the? Oh my God, am I going insane? What's going on in the world?
I love this shit.
Welcome to the world's first real battle royale. You think you're tough? Sign up. Come on down to the island. Come test yourself for real.
Off the grid. It was pretty interesting. They didn't show a whole lot of gameplay itself. It was more like a cinematic that they did for this. And I'm kind of curious, is this all that cinematic? I mean, obviously that's probably going to be part of like the campaign and everything like that as you're playing along the game. But the fact that Neil Blomkamp again is behind this, I like that it does kind of give way so that it does seem like this has the potential to not just be a video game, but to actually go into depth with, you know, the story and everything like that. So who knows, maybe there's a chance that they're probably going to do maybe like a show or possibly a movie with this, because of the fact that there is, just from that little bit of like 2.5 minutes that we got, how much kind of lore that there is and what they're kind of building up in this type of world. So the fact that they showed that, you know, there's regular people as well as soldiers that are probably going to be coming in to battle in this game, and then the fact that they have things like where you can create an individual from just tissue, you can bring them back, kind of a thing. I'm like really curious where they're gonna go with this. I feel like if this does well and the game is successful, there is potential for us to see more than just a game, especially again considering that it's Neil Blomkamp who's done movies and films and everything like that. So I think this is pretty cool. I think this is interesting. I'm really looking forward to where this is going to go in the future, how this game's going to turn out, and then as far as what they're going to do in as far as like, again, movies or possibly any type of TV show with something like this. From just this little bit of clip that we got here, this little trailer, I'm actually interested. I'd like to see where they would go, and if they did come out with like a movie or a TV show, I think I would actually be interested in watching it, especially if they do it with the cinematic like this, with these types of graphics and everything like that. I think it would work out really well. So yeah, they seem like they got like the players, the backstories, the individuals. So a lot of hype around it. I think this is going to be really cool. I think it's something to look forward to. And yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Is this a game you're going to be playing yourself? Would you guys like to see this game go further if it is successful into like a movie or a TV show kind of a thing in that regard? So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.